Hello everyone, it's William Redfox and welcome to the video. In today's video, we're actually going to be working on getting the levels needed so that we can get fully enchanted on all of our equipment as well as our armor. That way we can start thinking about facing off with the Ender Dragon and the Wither. But before that, we're actually going to head over to the iron farm, collect some iron up, and actually start working on our tunnel again, where we collect a double chest of material every single episode. So let's get into it. And with that, we have now actually collected all the materials for the double chest. It actually took us some time, and I cannot wait to get some of the enchantments on our tools, just so that we don't have to do that again. But first, let's get ourselves topside and actually see what we're going to do for today's video. So before we head topside, I do have to mention, I think I went through a slime chunk while actually making this tunnel, simply because there was actually slime spawning in here. Now, I didn't have my sword or any looting, so I couldn't get many slime balls, but I ended up getting 2. So with the sun rising now on a new day, what we're going to do is we're going to head down into the caves, go back to that skeleton spawner and turn it into an EXP farm. Now, as mentioned previously, the reason why we're using a skeleton farm instead of a zombie farm that we originally found, and the second one that we found, is simply because when they actually get into water, they can sometimes turn into drowns. Now, with skeletons, they don't have that effect, so we can actually move them around a lot easier without that being a problem. But what is a problem is trying to remember where this skeleton spawner is. I should really look back on my video and see what the coordinates were. So with this one, I'm going to be doing a chocolate craft design, just simply because it was nice and easy and it'll be simpler to follow the tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow that through, see what I can get done, and be right back. But before I do anything, I've just noticed in the top corner of this spawner, it seems there's like a calcite block. Now, normally that means there's some sort of geode. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, there was a geode behind here. Oh, that's pretty cool. Is that going to be a problem with the spawner? I think it might be. Looks like we're going to have to find another geode. I might have to break this one. What a shame. So just before I start going off and actually building the spawner, I thought I'd just clear this out just to see how many of these we can get in one room. And it looks like the majority of them are in that left corner. So hopefully when we build this spawner, it won't actually affect this and we can just connect it to the wall here. But without any further ado, let's jump into getting this built and actually have this finished off. And as mentioned, the person I'm going to be following for this is Sugarcraft as usual, and a link in the description will be provided. Now with the spawner completed, we've actually got skeletons coming through pretty quickly and we can get a good few levels here. So I ran back, emptied my inventory, just got this nice little sword now, and yeah, that's quite a lot of XP and quite a lot of items to boot. So all that's left now is just to get a few more levels, and yeah, let's head to the top side and start enchanting all the gear. So I think that's enough levels now, so let's head to the top side and actually start working on enchantments. So when working my way down, I decided to make a staircase going out the outside of it and back down to the spawner, for the simple reason being I noticed that when actually coming up here, I believe just off to the right here, you can see the top of the spawner. Oh, and a slime, which is great. So let's go get that as well. So when actually building this spawner, I thought it would be wise to add a staircase just on the outside here, going down to the spawner. The simple fact being that the actual top of the spawner, the spout that comes from the actual spawner comes up here and then back down here straight to where I was collecting the XP. So with that staircase, it'll make it a little bit quicker just getting up and down here. Well, that's a weird sight to wake up to. And now with the grindstone made, it's just simply a matter of just getting the enchantments through. So let's see what we can do. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, if only looting was on there, that would have been perfect. I'm going to keep it for now, and then if I can find a diamond sword again, I can see if I can get some... Oh, actually, I should have some diamonds left. I'll just be right back. So I've made an anvil. Now, I think what I can do is if I place this over here, I can actually combine the two swords together. So if I can get looting on one of these swords, then that'll be great. But of course, it looks like I'm out of XP. So back to the skeleton farm. Okay, 40 levels seems to be good. Let's head on back. So on the way back up there, I just actually killed a zombie and got carrots. So that worked out pretty well. We can start growing them now. Back again, and let's see what we can get. Just in case, let's move that over there just so that I don't accidentally click the wrong one. And while we're at it, why don't I just change out the items, see whether or not we can get something that's decent on the others. Ah, perfect, looting. Let's have a look. Looting and smite 4. So if I go into the anvil, can I combine these two? Ah, for 13 levels. Does this give this looting? It does. So let's do that. Wonderful, we've got a nice sword now. Now, back to the mines. Oh, perfect. There's a silk touch pickaxe. Oh, that's so close. I want efficiency on that. Let's just re-roll that and see what we can find. And there we go. We got the efficiency 4, unbreaking 3, and fortune 3. Perfect. So that's now the sword, the pickaxes, and now we just got the axe, the hoe, the shovel, and all the armor. This is going to take some time. And with that now, we have actually got ourselves all enchanted, and it looks amazing. So we've got the blast protection on the helmet, blast protection 4 and unbreaking on the chest plate, the leggings, and depth strider on the boots, plus the previous 2 enchantments. Then on the shovel, we've got silk touch and efficiency 4 with unbreaking 3. Then on the hoe, we've got efficiency 4, fortune 3, and unbreaking 3. We've got efficiency 4, fortune 3 on the axe. I'm not too sure what the fortune will do on that, but it's good enough to see. And in regards to the pickaxe, here we've got the efficiency 4, unbreaking 3, fortune 3, then the same but silk touch, not tuck. Then you've got the diamond sword with sharpness 3, sweeping edge 3, unbreaking 3, and looting 3. Now all that is left to do is actually trying to get some mending books, so I need to get a lectern and see what I can find with some of the villagers. So now with the lectern, I'm going to just camp out in this little house, since these villagers can't actually go anywhere. If you remember back in the first episode, this generation was a bit weird, and for whatever reason, this house is actually floating in the air. So what I'm going to do is place a lectern next to one of these until we get a mending book. So this looks like it's going to take me some time, so I'll be right back once we get the mending book. So now, after half an hour, it's just taken me that long just to finally get the mending book, and it's at a decent price as well. So now let's go see if we can get some emeralds off of the villagers. Now, I'm not too sure what trades I actually have in this. Now, some of the villagers aren't even here anymore. Some of them have been taken over to the iron farm, and I know there's a farmer running around somewhere. So he will buy potatoes for emeralds. Great. Actually, I believe I have some potatoes somewhere. And I do, I've got 2. So let's grow them with the bone meal. And yeah, see how we can get on. So I think what I should really be doing is changing this wheat field. Now, I could go through, break the entire wheat field and place potatoes, but I could also just simply use bone meal. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to plant it, and hopefully, if I remember correctly, with the fortune on this hoe, I can get more potatoes back. Yeah, seems like it's working just fine. So I'm going to need quite a few potatoes to actually get this running. Now, what I've just remembered is that I have quite a few bones from the skeleton farm. So why don't I just run down there, grab all the bones, and I can use bone meal on the actual potatoes to get more back. So let's go quickly do that. And the added benefit of doing it down here is that when I actually plant the potatoes, I can actually be doing the skeletons as well. So I've came back to the surface now that I've got plenty of potatoes, and it seems like it's raining. So unfortunately, given that it's day, I'm not able to get rid of this, but hey, it does look nice and it does sound quite good. All that's left now is just to trade with this villager, and hopefully I can get some emeralds out of him. Ah, and it looks like I need a book as well. So let's go look for a book. And it looks like I do have some leather left, so that's lucky, but not enough. So I might have to go find some cows. And by the looks of it, I got 2 leather, so that's enough for 2 books, but I'm going to need at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, so I'm going to have to find 8 leather, which means I can just go to my cows, see if I can get some more. And not only that, I'm going to need quite a bit of paper as well. But with that, let's just get the first mending book done, and let's see how much it costs to actually put these on the tools. So I'm thinking the first thing that we would want to put it on is the fortune pickaxe, simply because that will be the one that we'll use for mining at the beginning with the tunnel that we're doing. And it only costs 2, so that's not bad. And there we are, first mending pickaxe, perfect. Now we just got to do that for all the other tools as well as the other armor, so that we can actually try and get that all done. Oh, and just as we're done with the sugarcane, it seems that the suns came back out, so that's pretty good. Looks like I've got plenty of paper. All I now need is emeralds and leather. And I completely messed that up and damaged this house, so let's just fix that dead quick. And so after a bit of time, I've been actually able to gain quite a few emeralds, got the 9 books needed, so hopefully let's see if we can get all the mending books we need. That should be plenty. Now with one quick trip to the anvil, hopefully we'll be able to get mending added to every tool and armor piece. And I broke the anvil. Did I get mending on everything? No, I've got the hoe and what else? Is it the sword? Yeah. So let's get a new anvil. And somehow by mistake I made 2. So yeah, we've got 1 for backup just in case. And with these last 2 items, there we go. Every single one of the armor pieces and tools all now have mending on them, so that's going to be perfect. So only 1 quick trip to the skeleton farm and we can actually get all them repaired. And with that, there's no point of having this iron sword either, or the arrows, so I may as well just throw them in. So with that, we are now at the end of the video. So I know this one's a little bit short, but we need to get those enchantments out the way just to help us in the future to speed things up, and hopefully the next video will be a little bit longer. And with that, we have come to the end of the video. So if you could comment, like, and subscribe, it helps out a ton. And if you could head over to Twitter, that way you'll be able to get all the updates for the next video.